Let's make some lunch for my kids. So my oldest daughter is in 4th grade, and when she was in kindergarten, her first Valentine's Day, I packed her an all candy lunch. So I packed all of her favorite candies, and she absolutely loved it. It was the best lunch she's ever had. She still talks about it to this day. It was such a big surprise, and all of her friends were so jealous, and I'm sure all of her friends' parents hated me for it because they probably told all their parents that they wanted a lunch like that. I'm so sorry. Sometimes you just have to break the rules, and I know it made my baby so happy on Valentine's Day, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. Let's make some lunch for my kids. I'm trying out new lunch boxes. This one was so cute. It's a little Pokeball, so I'm making Pikachu. I used turmeric to make my rice yellow. I'm using a saran wrap and making the face and the 2 ears. I'm using a sweet bell pepper for his rosy cheeks, just 2 little circles. Now for his eyes, I'm cutting out 2 circles with some scissors and seaweed and a little nose and his mouth. I'm making 2 rounded triangles for the tip of his ears, and now to assemble, I'm adding his facial features and using a little bit of rice, adding that to his eyes and his rosy cheeks. I made a Japanese Korean style curry, and we're gonna lay Pikachu right on top, and using stars to cut out cheese, adding those on there. And for the side, I added some kiwi berries, blueberries, and some pichu berries. Taro bubble milk tea for the drink. And now for the note, I'm quoting Ash Ketchum, everybody makes a wrong turn once in a while. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today we're having carne asada tacos. I'm using extra long star food picks, and they're going to keep the tacos together. When packing tacos for school, you want to pack the guacamole on the side so it doesn't get all mushy. Now I'm using a peeler to peel a plum. I'm gonna slice it and then use my flower shape cutter to cut out little flowers with them. And no, I never waste a food that's left over from the cutouts. I eat them or I give them to my little one. She's 2. I'm adding them to the bento box. I'm also adding some elote corn chips and Pikachu gummies. They're so cute. They're in the shape of Pikachus and hearts. They taste like pineapple soda. Instead of note, I'm using stickers that I ordered. She made some for me that look like my notes, and this one says, "You're capable of changing the world." Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today, this one's for Olive. She loves pho, so this is what I'm giving to her for lunch. I added some sliced ribeye, some bean sprouts, cilantro, and green onion, and now I'm topping it off with the soup. Since we're eating it at home, I'm just adding it to the bento box. When packing this lunch for school, you can always use a separate thermos cup to keep the broth warm on the side. Now I'm cutting some strawberries into heart shapes. To do this, you're just gonna make a V cut where the leaves are and then slice it normally, and it's a little heart. The strawberries in. Now I'm gonna add some dark chocolate thin Oreos. Lastly, some star-shaped rice crackers. And for the note, I'm gonna draw her a few pictures since she can't read. I'm drawing a star, smiley face, heart, and a little kitty because she is missing the little cat we were visiting in Winston. Hope you guys have a good day. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today I'm doing rice and steak. We had steak for dinner last night, so I just sliced it up and pan-seared it for today. I'm adding a side salad for her with lettuce and tomatoes. I'm topping the steak off with a little bit of A1 sauce for her, and I'm going to pack a side of ranch for her salad. For fruit, I'm doing apples. I'm going to slice them super thin for her. I'm also going to add some banana chips. They're called Banana Kick. They're Korean, so if you can find them at your local Asian or Korean store, they're super good. The girls really like them. I'm also going to add a mini Snickers bar because it's Friday. And for her note, I'm writing, "It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves." And it's by none other than William Shakespeare. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. Bye. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today I'm doing my own version of a Lunchables. First, I'm cutting out some dill Havarti cheese and some ham, putting that together and adding that to the bento box, topping it off with a little cute heart. Next, I'm gonna do the same thing with some black pepper turkey and pepper jack cheese. I'm topping this one off with a little star and adding Ritz crackers in the middle. Now I'm trying a new way to cut these grapes. I'm doing zigzags in the middle. I like to cut my kiwis this way, and I tried it with the grapes. It came out super cute. Now I'm cutting up some strawberries small so she can eat it with a fork. Now I'm adding these cute Korean peach gummies. They look like the peach emoji. I got these adorable food pics from Daiso. Now for the note, I'm writing, sometimes you can't see yourself clearly until you see yourself through the eyes of others. And this is a quote from the amazing Ellen DeGeneres. Happy Pride Month. Let's make some lunch for my kids. We're doing Chipotle at home and we're doing build your own tacos. I'm adding some chicken in the middle, some pinto beans, also some cilantro lime rice on the side. I'm adding 2 tortillas for her. And of course, we can't forget guacamole on the side. So I'm also adding that to the bento box. And now for the note, I'm writing more equality, more hope, more humanity, more pride, more acceptance, and more love. Sign the Justice for Floyd petition. You can text Floyd to 55156. Let's make some lunch for my kids. First, I'm adding some quinoa rice. I fried up some slices of tofu and I'm cutting it in half, and I'm going to add that to the bento box. If you see my last video, you can see how I cooked it. I'm going to put the sauce on top. I'm doing soy sauce, a little bit of sesame oil, and I'm also sprinkling on some sesame seeds. I picked pink musical notes for the food pics, and I'm going to add that right on the tofu. For the sides, I'm doing blueberries, cherries, and I'm going to cut a mandarin orange in half. You guys already know I love the way it looks cut like that. TikTok threw an event for AAPI creators, and our special guest was Michelle Phan. She gave amazing advice, and one of the things that stood out was to follow your bliss. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today I'm making teriyaki chicken and rice. I used the teriyaki sauce to mix it with the rice to give it more flavor, and I'm adding the chicken right on top of the rice in the bento box. I steamed up some broccoli and I'm adding that for her side. I'm also going to add a slice of my banana snickerdoodle cookie butter swirl bread. I posted the video for this bread recipe a few days ago, so just look for that if you want to make it. I'm adding a little bit more cookie butter on top of the bread. You can also use honey. I'm going to cut up some cantaloupe, and I got these food pics. They're super long and they have cute little stars and hearts on them, so I'm just using this one. And I'm just adding the slices onto the food pic. I always get asked if the girls save the food pics and if they bring them back home. And they do, so I just wash them and reuse them. Now I'm writing, you are some kind of wonderful. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today I'm doing rice with beef adobo. Adobo is a Filipino dish and I grew up eating it because my stepmom's Filipino. I'm slicing up a green apple and I'm cutting out cute little bear shapes out of them and adding that to the bento box. You can find all the product links on my website, solijessica.com. I found some cotton candy grapes at the store. They really do taste like cotton candy, and I just sliced those in half and I'm lining those up. Lastly, I'm going to add a drizzle of caramel right on top of the apples. For the note, I'm writing Maxine, hi baby, happy kindergarten graduation. I'm so proud of you. XO, I love you so much. First grade, here we come, woohoo! I'm adding some confetti and folding it up into a little envelope, and the snow pad comes with stickers, so I'm adding that, and that's it. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today I'm making caprese salad bites. I'm using heirloom tomatoes and chopping that up into cubes and doing the same with a mozzarella cheese ball. I'm adding the tomato first onto a toothpick and then adding some fresh basil and topping it off with the cheese. You can also use baby cherry tomatoes and also baby mozzarella balls. I'm sprinkling a little salt and pepper, drizzling some balsamic vinegar on top, and some olive oil. You can always reduce the balsamic vinegar to make it a little bit thicker on a pan. I'm adding some fries for her side, some watermelon sour gummies, and some mandarin oranges. For the note, I'm quoting a song by the Plain White T's. There's only one thing to do, 3 words for you. I love you. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today I'm starting off with rice. Rice is life. And I made Japanese Korean style curry, kare, and we're adding some tempura shrimp on top and some tempura broccoli on the side. I found these cute sauce bottles for the lunch boxes, so I'm adding some tempura sauce in there. I'm gonna add these seaweed snacks. They're seaweed, and in the middle there's almonds in it, and it's kind of sweet and crispy. And some pineapples and some pineapple gummies. I love when my food pics match what I made. It's shrimp tempura and broccoli. For the note, I'm writing, where there is kindness, there is goodness. And where there is goodness, there is magic. And it's a quote from Cinderella. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today I'm making deviled eggs with all of the hard-boiled eggs we have left over from Easter. You just want to slice the eggs in half and then add the egg yolks to a bowl. Sorry, my camera stopped recording, but I added mayo, mustard, salt, and pepper and added that to a blender and made it all smooth and added it into a plastic bag to pipe them into the whites of the eggs. Sprinkled the eggs with paprika and dill and added a thinly sliced pickle for crunch. You can also add bacon crumbles on top. It's so yummy with bacon. I'm making flowers with cantaloupe and watermelon and using a straw to poke a hole through them and adding blueberries. I'm going to use mint as the flower's leaves. I got some new food accessories. I'm gonna use an egg pick with a little cute face on it. Perfect for these deviled eggs. For the note, it says, don't be a lady, be a legend. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today I made some crispy chicken tenders and I'm adding spicy nacho Doritos and I'm picking the nicest chips from the bag. Now I'm gonna cut up some mangoes. This is the way I learned how to cut them, so this is how I always do it. I cut one side and then I add vertical lines across and then horizontal lines all the way as well. And you want to be very careful not to cut through your hand, so be very careful or ask for help. And then you just flip it up from the middle and you just hold it like that, and they're bite-sized pieces and it's easy to eat. For the note, I'm quoting Branch from Trolls, since the second one is out today. Happiness is inside all of us. Sometimes you just need someone to help you find it. Let's make some lunch for my kids. Today I'm making blackened salmon Caesar salad. I'm starting off by cutting up some romaine lettuce, adding Caesar dressing to it, and mixing that well. I'm going to add the lettuce onto the bento box and then taking the blackened salmon and adding that right on top. It came out super juicy and yummy. I'm slicing up some tomatoes to add to the salad and doing the same with a couple of lemons. Can't have any salmon or Caesar salad without the lemons, so that is a must-have. I'm topping it off with some Parmesan cheese and our salad is complete. Now I'm adding a cutie orange with our daisy food pick, some Cool Ranch corn nuts, and a SpongeBob Krabby Patty gummy. And for our note, I'm writing, Dear Math, grow up and